Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another haul video. This is the part 2 of makeup that I bought while I'm on recovery from having my hysterectomy. I did mention there would be a part 2. I think everything is here. The only thing I'm waiting on is a mystery box from an indie brand, and that was going to be its own video anyway. So I think I have everything. So if you want to see the second part of the haul, stick around. If you're new, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you're subscribed. As always, I appreciate all of you for coming back, and let's jump into the haul. Okay, like I mentioned, I did have a hysterectomy. I'm 2 weeks out, and I've been laying in bed, obviously, and I watched a lot of YouTube, and watching a lot of YouTube makes you want to buy things that you don't need. So I ended up with a 2-part haul. This is the second part. You can judge me if you want. It's fine. So let's jump in. First thing we have on here are 2 liquid shadows from About Face. I've never tried their liquid shadows. I have a couple of her lipsticks and a lip liner, 2 lip liners. I think I have 2 lip liners. And I also have one of her cream blushes and a lip gloss. I got a lip gloss free when I ordered stuff over Christmas. Teresa is Dead mentioned these as like possibly being a good base and then putting like a glitter on top, and I thought it was a good idea. An alternative to this would be to use like a pencil, which I do have a couple of shadow sticks. I'll pull them out since I'm sitting here. Mine are old. I need to like swatch these and make sure they're still good, but like I have one from NYX. I don't know what happened to the white one, but like this would be a cheaper alternative. Same kind of a deal. You could put this all over the lid, go in with some sort of a glitter glue, and then go on your merry way. Like I said, I have a couple of colors, like a champagne. That NYX one I've had for a hot minute, so I need to check and see if that's still good. But these dry down matte, and they dry completely. So I got white and black. They're still in the packaging. I'm not going to swatch them just because I'm afraid that it's going to be like hell to get it off. But the white, I like the names of these, is White Noise and then Art of Darkness. She did just come out with some minis. So there's 2 different, there's like a pastel set and one that looks like it's a primary set. So you get 3 little mini versions of these for $24. I wished she had come out with them earlier because these are 18 a piece. I did have a 20% off code, so I got a little bit of money off. But I feel like she could do a mini set with the black, the white, maybe like a cream, some sort of a tan shade possibly. But yeah, they're 18 a piece. I will try and link a code down below that's active. But yeah, I got these to do all over the lid and then do a shimmer, because a black and a white base is going to give you a very different effect with the same color. That was a really long explanation, but that's why I picked these up, because I thought it sounded like a good idea. The next thing we got is a palette, but it's not an eyeshadow palette. This is from Unearthly Cosmetics, and I did actually buy her liner brush too, but she shipped it separately. This is a paint brush, but her liner brush looks similar to that. I think I have that for like lips, and I do have another liner brush somewhere in my brush mess, but I had like here's another one from like Medusa's Makeup. I had a code, so it pretty much made the brush free. Anyway, that's coming separately, but this is a like water activated liner palette. I just thought this was a really cool concept. I have a couple of like graphic liners. I have 2 that are water activated. One of you guys actually sent them to me. I have an orange and a pink, and then I have a couple that are probably in with my liquid liners from Profusion, but I'm not crazy about the formula of these. I've swatched these. They're from their Bright Lights collection. I bought all of the shades that they have, and I can do a video on this, but like I said, I swatched them and they're a little goopy, so I don't know how easy these would be. I probably need to use a separate brush, but I thought this palette has pretty much every color. You've got black, white, different shades of green, pink, purple. Some of them look like they're metallic. Some of them look like they're matte. And again, they're water activated. So you would, spray your brush or spray some setting spray directly on the pan. You can go either way with it. Doing your brush probably be the less messy since they're split pans. But I thought this was really, really neat. The artwork on it is cool. I'll link this down below. If this is sold out, she does have the option where you can sign up, like register your email and be notified when it comes back in stock. So that's what I did when this dropped. So I bought it right when she launched it. But I thought it was a cool piece. I don't have a ton of like colored liners, and I want to get into doing more of the graphic line stuff. So that's why I picked that up. I have 2 palettes from Odin's Eye. I mentioned in the first haul that the 3rd palette from the most recent collab was coming. So I have Betty Jeans. She goes by Batty Bean. I actually got the palette with the scarf. It was available. The other 2 palettes, when I bought them, the scarf with the palette was already sold out. I actually have the scarf from Angie's collab, the Hella palette still. I don't know what to do with them. I've seen people tie these on their purses. It's a silk scarf with basically the picture from the packaging. They're really nice, and you don't pay any extra. It's like a, they have them while supplies last. I feel like Betty Jeans may be the least popular out of the 3. The other 2, I can show you again. There's the Flora Story, which is the most neutral. This one at the time that I'm filming was low stock. So that one's almost gone. And then the Sea Talk palette, which is a little more neutral with some pops of color, but this is more shimmer heavy. And funny story, originally I was only going to get 1 out of the trio, and I was going to get her palette, but it's very bright and it's very mid-tone. So when I was looking, I was like, I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of that. It's definitely a companion palette for me with my other palettes, but it's very, very pretty, and it was still available. So I ended up getting this way after launch. But this one, like I said, is still available. So I do have all 3 from this collection. So let me know if you guys want to see videos on these palettes. They've been out for a while, but if anybody wants to see looks from any of these, or if you want me to do, 3 looks, 3 palettes, I can definitely do that. The other palette that I picked up, discount codes don't work on the collab palettes, like influencer codes, but they do work on their permanent pieces. And the Soulmane 2 came back in stock. So this is actually the only permanent palette that I have from Odin's Eye. All my other palettes are limited edition and aren't available other than, these. But these, when these sell out, these 3 will be gone. So I did pick this up. I liked the color story of this. It's a colorful palette with a twist because it leans a little bit grungy in some of these tones in here, but you also have some bright colors. I thought it was pretty. When it came back, I had some extra money. Like I said, I was able to use a discount code for this palette, so it brought the price down a little bit, and I think I was able to get free shipping on this order, so that helped. Okay, I got a couple of things from Flower Beauty, and I went through Ulta just because I had some points that were going to expire, so I used like a coupon discount code kind of a thing. So I picked the 3 things that I picked up. I got one of their liquid blush balms in Cheeky, so just a pink, and then I got the low light. This is the contour wand in light. I think they had 2 or 3 shades of this. Now the reviews I saw, this dries down really fast, so the people that liked it, they said the formula is really good, but you have to work in sections, which is what I did with the Mitchell like liquid contour in my full face of first impressions. So I have enough stuff. I can do probably 1 or 2 more full face of first impressions. So I'll work with this in sections, because the people that hated it because they said it dried down too quickly. So keep that in mind. If you buy this, just do like one side and then your forehead like individually. That's not a big deal for me. I'm not sure. I remember seeing reviews on these. I don't know what people have said. I'm slowly getting into cream, so I'll give this a go. And then the other thing that I picked up was her ET palette. This actually had really good reviews. It's supposed to look like a DVD case, which I think she could have done this. How many shades are in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. I think she could have done a smaller, like 8 pan and made it look like a VHS case, because the age of this movie would have been, you know, VHS time. But I get, like, she did the Charlie's Angels palette and it was in the same packaging, so that's fine. Like I said, it's supposed to look like a DVD case. It's very shimmer heavy, but I don't mind doing all shimmer looks. And you actually have this extraterrestrial shade is a duochrome. And I don't know if Do You Talk is a duochrome either. I swatched extraterrestrial, which is right here, and it looked really, really pretty. I don't remember how much this palette was. It's under 20, and then there's that other shade. Like, those are really, really pretty. I don't mind it being shimmer heavy because, like, the blue looks like a satin shade. So, I mean, that doesn't bother me. And then you have a white and a cream, silver, a pink. It's really pretty. Somebody will have to let me know. This is the first Flower Beauty palette that I've gotten. It has this like plastic thing that kind of like slips in to where it keeps it closed. There's no magnet. Can you cut this off and just have it to where this is not gonna, like, I feel like it's gonna pop open. I don't know. I didn't realize they had this. So let me know if you've bought palettes from hers. Can you cut this off? Is it gonna just fling open? I mean, theoretically it shouldn't if I have it in with other palettes, but I don't know. I'm kind of afraid. I want to cut this off, but I'm afraid to cut it off. So you'll have to let me know. And then the last group of stuff does have a video, and it should be up before this. This is from Creature Cosmetics. I picked up a couple of things from, they're ripped from the 90s collection, and then I have one lipstick from Revenge of the 80s. I went online. I was going to get the 80s palette too, but it's sold out currently, so I'll have to wait till it comes back in stock. But I will show these. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check it out, because I use all of these products except for one of the lipsticks. So this is Randy's Rules to Surviving a Horror Movie, the Face Sculpt palette, and it looks like a DVD case. Scream is one of my favorite, was one of my favorite horror movie franchises. I hate that they did like 5 and now 6 is out. I haven't seen it. I'm going to wait till you can buy it on Prime, but I don't think like 4 necessarily needed to happen. I liked the 4th movie, but like they're making movies for the sake of milking the franchise. That's my personal opinion. But Randy was one of my favorite characters. So I like this. You have Randy and Survive as the highlighter shades. I'm scratching myself with the palette. Then you have Sex Equals Death, and number 2 is No Drinking or Drugs as the blush shades. And then you have I'll Be Right Back, and number 4 is There Are No Rules in Horror Movies, and then the mirror says Don't You Know the Rules. So it's again, it's a good palette. I do use it on camera, so check that video out. And then the palette from Ripped from the 90s is supposed to look like a VHS tape. And then this is the Colors Story. Spoiler alert, this is actually, there's a good formula. You do have a press glitter. I do use it on camera. Not everybody likes press glitter, so you can take it or leave it, but I do like the formula of this. And then the lipsticks, they were doing a sale. I will say this shade in 10 Nancy is darker than it looked online. It looked like much more of a dustier eggplant, but it's still pretty. I used this one in the video. And then the one from the 80s collection is 06 Halloween, and then it says, oh, You Can't Kill the Boogeyman. There's stuff written, like this one says, oh, you're sorry, underneath. They have little quotes. I couldn't read what that said in the video because it's, you know, light orange with white writing. Like, yeah, I couldn't read what it said underneath. So You Can't Kill the Boogeyman. So it's a pretty orange. I will say this formula dries down matte and is transfer proof. Like, this was hard to get off. I had to go in with a makeup remover, which I love. That's what I want in a liquid lipstick shade, especially these colors. If you've been around my channel, you know how I feel about orange lipstick. I love it during the fall. Most of the oranges that I like are in a bullet, like stick form. So I love that this is matte. So it is a good formula. Like I said, they did have, like, these were originally 14 and they had them on sale for 10. There's a couple of other shades I wouldn't mind picking up. So if I end up ordering anything else, I might get a couple of more lipsticks. But yeah, I'll link Creature Cosmetics down below. If I remember, definitely check them out. And like I said, I do a video with just these by itself. So if you want to see performance and all that, definitely check it out. And I swatch everything in that video. So yeah, this is everything in my haul part 2. Let me know what you guys thought of the stuff that I got. Have you guys tried some of this stuff? Is it good? Is it bad? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for sitting here and hanging out with me. I hope you guys are doing well. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, everybody.